my name is T and you're watching Let's Take a Look. Today we're going to be discussing algebra. Algebra is a whole new branch of math because it introduces a new element, the element of the unknown. This element of the unknown is a letter of the alphabet, and the most common used letter of the alphabet is X. Now, let me give you an example. When we were doing arithmetic, we would normally just leave the equation as 1 plus 2 equals to blank. What's the answer? We don't know. That's what we need to figure out. But when we're doing algebra, we put a symbol there instead to hold the spot of the answer. So when someone asks you to do the question, you would answer what that symbol means. That symbol can be located anywhere in the equation. So in this equation, we have 1 plus 2 equals to x. What is x? Here we have it really simple. All we have to do is the addition. We know that x here equals to 3. Now, let's review some rules of algebra, the most basic rules of algebra. First of all, if we have an equation such as x plus x equals to 10, there are many different possibilities that give us the answer 10. It can be 0 plus 10, 1 plus 9, 8 plus 2, 6 plus 4, and many on. But there is only one answer that's to x. The rule here is that x cannot hold two different values. X can only have one value, meaning that x can only be 5. If x was 6 here, then the other x would also be 6. And we know that 6 plus 6 is not 10. So we would have to find the resulting answer in what would be both values equal to the same to give us 10. So we do know that two different values, one symbol cannot hold two different values. But can it go the other way? Can two different symbols hold the same value? Yes, they can. For example, if we have x plus y equals to 10. Here we can have any different combination of numbers. It can be 1 plus 10 because they're two different. It doesn't matter which one they hold. It can also be 5 plus 5. Again, they're two different symbols. They can hold any value that they want. So meaning this one has many different properties, or it can have different values. But the important thing to know about this equation is that depending on what x is, it gives the answer of y. So meaning until we don't know what x is, we can't know what y is. And until we don't know what y is, we can't know what x is. Meaning it's a depending variable. So far we have learned that algebra is a lot like arithmetic. It uses the same main four operations, and it includes an unknown value, symbols, and different variables. There's one more important thing that you need to know about algebra that I want to really share with you guys. A lot of algebra problems are done with multiplication. So multiplication gets some special treatment. Multiplication is the default operation. So meaning in any of these other operations, we would add a sign. For example, if it was x plus y equals to 3, we've added the plus here. If it was to be subtraction, we would add the subtraction. If it were to be division, we would make it a fraction line. So it would be x divided by y. But if it were to be multiplication, since multiplication is the default operation, we wouldn't have to do anything. It would just be xy equals to 3. But what if it were numbers that we were multiplying? For example, 2 times 5. If we were to have this equation in algebra, then what would we do? If we were to put no symbol between them, it would look like the double-digit number 25. Well, there are different ways you could do this. You could add a multiplication symbol, or you could put them in parentheses. So 2 and 5. You could also just put one number in parentheses. So we could have just 2 in parentheses and 5 outside parentheses. But normally you would think that in math, parentheses is only shown to group numbers. In this case, it's okay, because we're grouping the number 2 to show that it's multiplied by the number 5. In algebra, remember that multiplication is the default operation. Today we talked about algebra. And so onwards, I'll share a few more topics with you guys. Till then, stay safe, and thank you for watching my video.